All right, we should be streaming now. All right, sorry about that, everybody. Started a little late. Had a little problem. So, yeah, this is Dungeon Academy episode 49. The group is in the city of Sigil, which is in the center of the multiverse. Okay, good. Thank you, Scotty. And hello to Lukatrupa. Thank you very much for watching. So, last time, the group is looking for the 5th piece of the Rod of 7 Parts. And they knew that it was in this tower. And to get in, they had to speak secret. And Airly told the story about how a bunch of people beheaded people she knew, so she beheaded them. And then they got in, and they went. It was Shemeshka's tower, and they went up through web stairs and all sorts of magic things trying to block them. And they got up there, and they met with Shemeshka. And yeah, yeah, I know. So at least we caught it. You know, the worst would be to stream the whole time and have no sound at all.
Oh,
yeah, that's absolutely the worst.
So you got up there, you met with Shemeshka. She has the 5th piece, and you were kind of like, I don't know how you put it, but you're like, maybe you could meet Strahd, and then you would give us the rod or whatever.
I believe she wanted us to sell Strahd to her, and Seraphine was like, no, but I can arrange a meeting.
Yeah.
So I think you're still in there, and she's got these 2 giant green fiends. Yeah, we could do that, Lukatrupa. Do a silent episode where
You have to pantomime everything we're doing.
Oh, that would be so weird. There was, I ran this Dungeon Crawl Classics adventure. It's a long story. Alright, anyway. Oh, OBS updated and the settings changed. Okay. So,
That's why.
you're all in there with freaking Shemeshka, who's a fox person, Arcanoloth, smoking a long cigarette. So Shemeshka says to you,
Are we just gonna gloss over the fact that my patron died and I'm crying on the floor?
oh yeah, and that's right, Lilia's patron, which is this big furry fey entity called Gnarl, was dragged into the realm of the Queen of Chaos, wrapped up in webs. And Lilia isn't getting spells from her warlock patron anymore, which might mean Gnarl is just dead. So yeah, Lilia doesn't have any spells.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, and so Shemeshka says that she says, bring your Strahd to Fortune's Wheel tomorrow at noon, or at peak, which is what they call noon in Sigil.
Okay. Sure. Lilia, do you want to get out of here? Are you okay?
Yes, I would like to get out of here.
Do you want me to carry you?
Oh, I can walk. She very sadly picks herself up and just walks up the door, wherever the door is.
All right.
However we got in here.
One of the guards leads you back to the wall that you came through. He gets a big cheesy smile on his face. He says, a memory unspoken must be spoken aloud.
Oh, shit.
His ears are all perked up.
I'm eating.
Lilia, would you like to go, or do you want me to? I know you're kind of feeling bad right now.
A long time ago, when I first lived in the Gnarly Forest, Gnarl showed me how he takes care of the forest and how every tree, every plant has a purpose, and how every living creature in the forest is important. And then he gave me my wand, which is like a little wand, a little wooden stick with a glass heart on the top. He gave this to me and said that it was to protect the things that you care about and protect those that can't protect themselves.
That's beautiful, Lilia.
And that's what I'm gonna do for him.
All right. The swirling blue vortex appears, and that is the portal that you can use to walk out of the tower.
Yeah, we'll go out.
Okay. You all step out into the city of Sigil. There's all sorts of creatures walking around, and you have nothing to do till tomorrow at peak. So
Well, I want to get Lilia and make sure that she's okay.
I don't know if I'm okay, but can't get much worse than this, really.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, that's someone else could die. A lot of
Oh.
we could all be slaves.
Airly, a dust man, one of the people who picks up corpses in the city, is walking towards you. What do you do?
I guess I just wait for him to approach me.
All right. It's actually her hood goes back. It's a female tiefling, and she's got like on her fingers like metal, sort of like little claws. Like it's like a ring that makes a metal claw that extends past your fingernail, and on the tip it's got like a hole to put thread through. And she like reaches out and starts to like scrape you in a non-damage, non-painful way.
Can I help you?
She says, contract? Would you like a contract?
What kind of contract?
She pulls out a standard Dustman contract. It says, we will pay you 100 gold for the rights to your body when you die.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Nah, thank you. I promised my body to somebody else a long time ago.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
Not that way, not that way. I mean when I die.
Sure. Girl.
She looks at you thoughtfully and asks you, what can change the nature of a woman?
Love, I think.
She like smiles and her teeth are super sharp, and then she wanders off. Lilia,
Yeah.
you have like no connection at all to your magic, but
No.
when your arcane senses feel like they have shifted, and you're starting to see people walking by, like almost with an overlay of color on them. Like some are white, some are gray, some are green, red, or black. The one who's walking away actually has an aura of yellow. And in each one, as you squint, there's like a keyhole in the aura. Like right around like the center of their chest.
So I think that she's just like walking away from like from all this conversation and just aimlessly wandering, and like she sees this and just kind of like squints at it and is like confused.
The blink dog comes with you. When you look at the blink dog, its aura is like blindingly white.
Oh. Baby.
Lily just has a realization that she can't even talk to Good Boy anymore. And
Oh, yeah.
like just kind of looks like, gives him like a little smile and pets his head and just kind of keeps walking in some direction.
All right. So the rest of you see Lilia walking away. What do you do?
I'll go run after her and be like, Lilia, you okay?
I don't know.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Should we go rest? Do you need to take a nap and rejuvenate?
I guess, maybe. I don't know. What color is Seraphine?
Oh god. Oh,
Uh,
God.
sometimes gold, sometimes green.
There's colors.
And then
Ever?
Strahd shows up. He's got some wounds on him.
Mhm.
His aura is utter blackness.
Oh, God.
Oh. Interesting. What about Arlie?
Gold.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Sorry.
She's pure at heart.
She just kind of looks between you guys and she just goes, I don't know. You guys are, like, have colors on you?
What kind of colors?
I don't know, you're like blue, green, right? Oh, blue, white, or blue, gold, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I just listened to it and my brain just popped out. And Gnarly is like a gold color, and Good Boy is white, and Strahd is black.
What
like-
colors?
Well, I believe that's how our eyes work. But
I know.
I think this is some sort of magic thing. Although it's weird because I don't have magic anymore.
Maybe
Really.
maybe your body is trying to find magic again? I mean, if it's so recent, maybe you still have some remnants of it left.
I have absolutely no idea. Who?
Maybe if we go to the temple of Sarenrae, maybe we can, or not, of
Umbra.
Umbra, and just take a moment and just.
Wow, you just
Sorry
dropped the
about it.
Pathfinder god. Crazy.
Whoops!
That's funny because I often replace in my when I convert Pathfinder, I can replace Sarenrae with Umbra.
Well, it's done a little too much D&D this weekend. Showing my coworkers that. Anyways, maybe we should take a moment and just pray for a minute and relax, and maybe we'll be able to figure out what's going on. I mean, we do have some
Wanna
time.
hold Winston?
Yeah. Hold Winston and Good Boy.
Lilia, looking at Winston, Winston has an aura.
He does?
Yeah,
Shit!
Okay!
It's-
What color is his aura?
it's red.
Oh!
Winston, how could you?
I love his hat.
He's secretly the Spider Queen.
Oh.
No,
Spider.
no.
Yeah. So, yeah, Lilia, they all you feel like basically like you can. It's kind of like when you make an Arcana check, you can sort of feel the flow of arcane energy. So this is sort of the same thing. When you focus on arcane energy, you can see these auras.
Hey, Winston has like a red color.
Ooh, pretty. You hear that, Winston? You're colorful.
Do you know what the colors mean? Like, are they certain good colors? Are there bad colors?
I'm not sure. Can I do like do I know about this? Cause like I do know like knowledge that's arcane. She's like not an idiot.
Make an Arcana.
Okay.
His face.
Oh. 19.
Jesus.
You are now that you're cut off from Gnarl, you are perceiving Arcana in a different, more pure form, and you feel like you might be able to manifest something, possibly due to the fact that Sigil is in the center of the multiverse, supposedly. Although they say that the center of the multiverse is wherever you are. So the flow of arcane energy might either come from here or collect here. So it might... The combination of losing your Warlock Patron and being a very experienced caster in which Eldritch energy has flowed through you for a long time and you've mastered it, that you're seeing things on a higher level, things that maybe like Mordenkainen might see.
Galaxy brain.
Galaxy. You have a
You
galaxy
see everything.
Yeah, you have a galaxy brain. And you do feel like you might be able to manifest something.
I think we should rest. I need to think about kind of some things.
Okay, we can. The only place I know of where we can stay right now is the temple. If that is okay.
While you guys are doing this, Strahd is like dramatically looking at the huge wounds he got from Twinthrop, the giant demon that he fought off while you escaped. And he has regeneration, so his wounds are healing up. So he just happens to be standing there, holding out his forearm and watching the wound seal up.
Scotty suggested to manifest Yami so she's not in jail anymore.
Yeah, I'll kind of dust Strahd off and be like, is he taken care of? Or what happened? You heard it.
It's still out there somewhere, but I fended it off. Do we have the 5th piece of the rod? Could we leave this place?
About that. We kind of have to meet with someone tomorrow, and they're really interested in talking to you. They've heard a lot about you, so I figured since you really want to help me and help the group, that you'd be okay if you two just talk for a little bit.
Hey, sis, you use me, Strahd von Zarevich, as a bargaining chip.
We didn't use you. I was gonna ask. I just know that you really want to help me, and this would help me very much.
I see, Seraphine, you are adept at political games. Truly, you belong at my side. Very well. I will meet with this person and dispose of them as you see fit.
Not so much dispose of. It's more of like, you mentioned politics, then just like a conversation where answer any questions they need, and hopefully that will endear them to us to get the rod.
Ah, I understand. Very well.
So no killing unless necessary.
He kneels down next to Lilia. Lilia, when we go there, use your pieces of the rod to sense the location of the other one. And perhaps while I distract this entity, we can get our hands on the Rod of 7 Parts.
See, now we're thinking with teamwork.
And we'll be one step closer to the wish.
to saving
Suspicious.
me.
For you see, I have a dream.
Oh, here we go.
God.
Long ago, my
Okay.
home of Barovia was not trapped in a demiplane. It was on a mortal world. My wish is to bring it back to that mortal world so that I can rebuild my empire, free from the influence of the dark powers. With the right people by my side, I'll be unstoppable.
Okay.
All we need are the last 3 pieces of the Rod of 7 Parts to make this happen.
Maybe we need another talk about empires and not enslaving the entire populace.
Of course, Seraphine. We should talk in private. Together.
Sure.
It's like cloak blows around you.
So freaking dramatic, my god.
He's the king of drama. He can't
He
walking around with a theater nerd.
truly Lord Strahd is the king of drama. King of the crosswords meets the king of drama.
Yes.
Can't wait.
So, you said you wanted to rest. I mean, where do you want to rest? Like, where are you gonna go?
I was trying to do Temple of Umbra because I know we'd be welcome there.
The Temple of Umbra.
Yeah,
That's
just
fun.
because in this place it's the only place I can really think of where it's like free boarding.
All right. Go to another area of the lower ward. If you remember last time, you're agent of the Queen of Chaos, the Incubus, Decimeth Shadowborn. You sent him to the Temple of Umbra. And when you go there, outside, you see him and Imalika, the Arinyes turned good, who's got the baby carrots with the snakes. They're like smiling and talking, and she's like touching him,
Oh,
and he's
God.
like checking out her snakes.
Oh my.
So, everyone getting along here?
He looks, and he says, "Oh, I guess so." You know. And Imalika says, "We're fine."
Okay, well, just know that he's going to be staying here for a while trying to rehabilitate and not work with our enemies.
In alley nearby, Strahd's red eyes glow, and he reaches a hand out of the shadows and beckons for you, Seraphine, to come closer.
I'll go over and see what he wants.
I cannot stay in this temple. It's too painful. The radiant energy will destroy me.
I get it.
We should be somewhere safer and warmer, quieter,
Well,
with
right
a
now,
coffin full of dirt.
well, as a human, I need a nice bed. And my friend Lily is kind of going through something right now, so I'd like to be with her. But
I see.
you can join us later. We'll be leaving around like.
Don't fret. I'll guard the building until you emerge.
Okay.
Perches like Batman and sits next to the gargoyles.
He is a gargoyle.
Yeah, like over there.
Yeah, he's gonna be like that.
Actually, he assumes bat form.
There you go. He's actually Batman.
And he just perches somewhere nearby. So, in the temple, you see the unicorn man, Prince Buttongleam. Oh ho! So, Seraphine returns. Wonderful! He's got his 2 unicorns and he's like combing their hair. If you need rooms, I can show you to them. We are honored to have you all here.
Yes, please, if that's okay.
The Zaktars have visions of you often.
Oh. What am I doing?
Well, they had the vision of the Gauntlet of Redemption. They had the vision of the death of the abbot. And they had the vision that you would return to the city looking for the 5th piece of this rod, which could do so much for the Church of Umbra once it is complete.
Yeah. Definitely.
He stops and looks at Fabio the Flesh Golem. He says, we, of course, specialize in redeeming creatures of evil, but I should warn you that there is a lot of radiant energy here that could prove harmful to your hunky friend.
Yeah, we should probably go send him to relax with Strahd for a bit.
Brave Sweet, a bubble appears above her head. Fabio and I will go somewhere else. See you next
Stay
episode.
Okay.
And they become, like, you click on them and they just say the same thing over and over again and they don't move no matter what you do.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
Percy just says offline mode.
As you're walking, Prince Buttongleam says, the Zagdars also had a vision. You were here seeking something other than the piece of the rod. Was it not your brother?
Yes.
Well, we believe that the key to finding your brother lies in your friend, the rainbow-haired woman that's actually walking with you now, Seeker of Rainbows.
How would she know?
She goes, huh? What? This place is great. Wow, unicorns! Wow! She tries to get near one, and the unicorn, like, freaks out. And, Lilia, you're almost blinded by the white light coming from the unicorn. And from Prince Buttongleam.
Prince Buttongleam is an amazing name.
The unicorn... He's going to tell you the story of the unicorn people. Ready?
Yes.
Way back, probably about 10 years ago, I was running 4th edition adventures, and the group had a guy who was kind of like Winthrop. His name was Zahar, and he wielded a Shadowfell blade, right? And so they went to the court of a queen, and there was a unicorn lady there named Gelda, and she really liked him. And they would dance, and she'd get all like sweaty and stuff. And the group really got a kick out of Gelda. So they actually, when they stole a chaos ship from Orcus, they renamed it Gelda's Fancy, right? And then my friend Samantha there's an alternate universe where there's nightmare people who are like evil horse people with flaming manes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so she made a character, was it Shade Fire Strife, who was a female nightmare person who was just the embodiment of evil and opposed the unicorn people. So they all live in the Valley of the Unicorns in the Plane of Radiance. So there, he tells you that whole story. And then you're at your rooms.
I will ask him if there's like a central place in Sigil where like magic is. I don't know exactly.
He says to you, well, there's all sorts of strange magic here, but the thing you'll need to remember about the city and the multiverse is that the center of the multiverse is where you are. You must always keep in mind the 3 laws of the multiverse: the rule of 3, unity of rings, and center of all.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Here's your rooms. They're really nice. Each one has a pool. Fun fact: it's full of holy water.
Oh. That's nice. I think Lily's gonna I need to think about a couple things.
Okay. If you need us, we're here.
Yeah, I know. I love you guys.
Love you too.
Thank you.
Oh, I love you too. Oh.
Alright,
Lilia, you notice that the the stuffed duck, Winston, glows even redder.
I don't like that show.
Secretly magical.
I will look into that later. And Lily is gonna go into her room, sit on the floor, and I think she'll just like do what she's seen Winthrop do when they hang out in the garden together. And she's just gonna sit on the floor and like meditate and try to think of
Alright.
what to do.
As you meditate, you definitely sense, again, like you could use the arcane energy to manifest something.
She looks at the wand in your hand. Her little red wand, and she thinks about how important it was to her and how it was Gnarl's like gift to her. And she thinks about how she's going to take that gift and she's going to make it stronger and better, and she's going to use it to do good, and she's going to try to change it to a staff.
Alright, make a Arcana check.
22.
Oh, okay. So a couple things happen. Like energy explodes out of it, kind of shatters it.
1 minute. I just found a stray kitten, so
What?
I literally found this outside of my apartment because it was meowing. So
What?
cool. Sorry to pause the stream. What do I do with it?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a kitten. It's like a baby.
You call animal control? Is that like what you do?
Okay, so I'm gonna let it run in my apartment. So I'll mute myself if you hear meowing or my dog freaking out.
Okay.
Okay. Is your dog okay with cats?
I don't know. I think so. But I don't want to let it run around outside because it was meowing like crazy.
Oh. Well.
I don't know what's going on today.
What the heck?
I don't know. So
It muted
Yeah,
you.
now you're muted.
yeah, it muted me. So it's just gonna hang out for a
Okay.
minute.
Alright.
I made a cat appear! Oh my god!
That's why I was like, hang on, I hear some meowing. And then there's this fucking cat right up by my front door.
I'm too powerful.
Alright. So your staff kind of shatters. And on the ground near you are 3 keys. Each one doesn't have any color. It's sort of like Predator invisible. You can sense that it's there, and it bends the light around it.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 of them.
I'm gonna take the middle one.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to like make a gesture of unlocking it, like it in the air.
Nothing happens.
I'll take the other 2 and I'll try doing the same thing with the other ones.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Goodness.
Who's Blink Dog staying with?
Probably.
I would hope Lilia, but if not, they can stay with me.
I can say that she would give it to Seraphine. I think she needs a moment. But,
No, nothing happens when you mess with the keys.
Can you repeat? What were the rules again? you.
Oh, the rule of three, unity of rings, and center of all.
She's gonna try to put them together, like overlapping. I'm imagining like a standard like fantasy key, so like a keyhole then. So she's gonna overlap them like 3 rings. And she's gonna try to put her hand out in front of where the keys are and in front of the staff and try to do it again.
Nothing happens.
I don't know what to do. This is gonna be
Chungus is with you, right?
I think so.
So Chungus like hops over to the holy water and like cleans itself up, and it looks at you, pleased, and you see Chungus has a super white aura, and the weird keyhole in the center of her chest is very pronounced. Oh, thank you very much, Scotty. Dang.
Is there a key on me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to like staff into chest, key into chest, and unlock myself.
Okay, so you place the key.
Dingus.
You place the key into your keyhole.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when you do that, you feel weirdly connected to yourself, and you feel your powers starting to come back, like your cantrips, some of your low-level abilities. Maybe, sort of, kind of.
She's gonna try to focus on the staff again, and like bring it closer to herself, and she's gonna think about her, the people that she cares about, her friends, Gnarl, people that she loves, and she's gonna try and concentrate and put all that love and all that good energy into making a physical item. And and she's gonna I don't know. God. Sorry.
You want to make a staff, right?
Yes.
All right. So the pieces swirl around and form the staff. But you still have those 2 keys with you.
Well, I'm gonna try to do it again to myself.
The lock is gone now. In you.
Okay.
There is one in Chungus. In fact, there was one in every person in the street that walked by. Strahd had one.
I'm going to reach out, and I'm going to try and unlock Yami's heart.
Unfortunately, looks like the person has to actually be there for that to work. Although you have your crystal, you can communicate with Yami, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, during this time, you might, if you wanted, you could talk to Yami and find out that on Acquisitions Incorporated, Yami attacked the ruler of Neverwinter, and is thrown in prison, and she's scheduled to be executed the next day.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, okay, I am not very helpful, but I'm gonna have to worry about that in a minute. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that she's gonna go walk out of her room, and she's gonna go to Seraphine, and she's gonna go and like yell out to Seraphine and to Arlie to come into her room.
Seraphine,
What is it? It's a fire?
I'm running in.
I need to do something weird, and well, I need your help.
Okay, what do you need?
There's magic, and I can feel it, and it has to come from in here, and I have this magic key, and I did it to myself, and I need to do it to. I have 2 more, so I need to do it for 2 other people.
Okay, will it hurt us?
It didn't hurt me, so.
So, as you're talking, good boy sits patiently and exudes a white aura, and he's got a big keyhole. Chungus is kind of hopping around. Got a little keyhole. Seraphine's got a keyhole. Airlee's got a keyhole. And Prince Buttongleam pops his head in. What's going on in here? And he's got a keyhole too.
Magic.
And a unicorn goes by, and it also has a keyhole.
Oh my god.
So many keyholes.
You have 2 keys. When you use one on yourself, you felt this weird wholeness connection. A reconnection to the eldritch energy of the multiverse. Separate from Gnarl.
She's gonna look at Seraphine. She's gonna be like, this will make you connect to the multiverse
Okay.
and the magics of the universe.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't want to do it if you don't want me to, but I trust you. You're the one of the people I trust most in this world.
Okay, you're welcome to do it.
Oh, one other person sticks their head in. Hair first. Fabio.
Oh.
Oh
In the
god.
center of his Zac Efron torso, you see a keyhole.
I hope it's okay being in here.
And his aura gleams a golden light.
I'm just gonna stick the key into Seraphine.
Right. So Seraphine, you see this weird intangible key. She presses it into you, and you feel this sort of like rush of connection, and you feel like the experiences you had with Lilia, you suddenly re-experience them from her point of view,
Oh.
and you gain insight into why Lilia does the things she does. And you also sense the connection she had with Gnarl, and then the connection she lost with Gnarl, and the connection she had with Yami. And Lilia, you kind of get glimpses of Seraphine's life, like when she was younger, and her time as the Dark Lord of her own domain of dread. You sense the evil corruption that came over her, and that almost turned her aura to a dark black like Strahd's. And now you sense however she feels about Strahd, and
Whatever that is.
you feel
Whatever that may be.
you feel a permanent empathic connection between the two of you.
That's dope. Oh.
And Lilia, you feel like you're actually drawing eldritch energy out of her to use for your spells.
That's so cool.
So in a way, it's like you've made a pact with Seraphine.
Oh. Oh.
Path to Godhood, step 2.
And then, standing in a line, you see Airly, Chungus, Good Boy, Fabio, and Prince Button Gleam, the Unicorn, and the lady with the snakes walks by. And the Incubus, agent of the Queen of Chaos, walks by, whose aura is green.
Oh, and I'm green. Oh, shit.
This is a big decision.
Who do you want to connect?
You also
Well,
see
no,
there,
like,
and,
okay,
and I
so,
forgot.
like,
There's
in my
also
head, it's
there's also
I
a
don't-
there's a keyhole on Winston too. I almost forgot.
Oh.
Inside the red glowing light.
Winston becomes your new patron.
no.
God.
In my head,
Dream.
it's less like a. I don't want to say that it's like a pact. It's more like a promise to protect. And I think that it's not that you're my patron, but it's that it's like a bond.
Yeah, like a celestial connection.
And I think that I would say it's like I would do Arlie, but like she doesn't know her that well yet.
I understand. It's fine. Go with the bunny.
Then she'll go to Good Boy and she'll be like,
The Blink Dog?
yeah.
What? Pack.
I mean, out of all the people in this room, Seraphine and Good Boy are.
He's also pretty white celestial.
I think like she trusts them the most, and she thinks of them as family. And that like that's how her like warlock powers is like works for like how she thinks of her warlock powers is like they come from like a place of love and familial bond. And she's gonna look at him and be like, I know that I don't know if you can understand me, but you're a very good boy, and I love you so much. And she'll hug him and put the key in.
Alright. So when you do that, you feel a connection with the Blink Dog. And you get a sense of the Blink Dog's life before you met him in the Feywild. He ran around with a pack of other Blink Dogs, teleporting across the Feywild, and they would chase displacer beasts. These big panthers with tentacles coming out of their backs. That was kind of Good Boy's life before Good Boy met you. And there was a lot of smelling flowers and licking nice people that it happened to come across.
So wonderful, yes.
Like there was an invisible gnome village, but Good Boy could smell them. So it just started licking. They'd be like, how did he know we were here? What's a good boy? Just like that was Good Boy's life. Like
It's wonderful.
like an elf woman coming out of a tree, and hello, that kind of thing. Yeah. So, all right, you feel a fateful connection to the Blink Dog and to Seraphine. Then you feel really tired.
I think like she'll do it, and then like she'll like kind of like waver and like fall over, just kind of stand like lay on the floor and just say I need a nap. That's all. I need to sleep.
Alright, you basically fall asleep. And looks like Seraphine got the natural 20. Thank you very much, Scott, for the bits. So when Seraphine gets back, don't forget, she's got a natural 20. Anybody else do anything special that night? You stay at the temple? Airly, do you do anything special?
No. Talk to Winston a little bit, I guess.
When you talk to Winston, it's not the same as when you were in the maze. When you talk to Winston, it's sort of like a voice in your head. But when you were in the maze, it was somebody else.
It's like, oh, I understand why she did it. We just met. You know? We're still friends. No, Winston, you don't need to give me that.
Stop! You're so bad.
Airly, there's a knock on the door.
Hello?
I'll
open it.
There's this Cambion named Derngren holding a pizza that's uncut. I heard you could handle this situation.
It would be my honor, sir.
On the bottom of your magic sword, there is a magic pizza cutter. He says 8 slices, please.
I cut the pizza in 8 slices.
Alright, you cut 8 slices, and he thanks you, and he goes along his merry way. Alright, do anything else special that night?
I take a good sleep.
Alright. So the next day comes, you know that at noon, peak, you're supposed to go to Fortune's Wheel with Strahd. What would you like to do now?
Lilia will come up to Arlie and she'll be like, "Hi,
Hi.
how are you doing? There was a lot happening, and I know Winthrop is somewhere in the maze, and I know that we just met up with a very crazy, fox lady, and I also kind of know that, like, I have my own magic now? I don't understand."
Well, you do know that the process isn't complete. You don't think you could might be able to cancel the cantrip. That's about it.
I don't know what to do next.
Well, you also, when you think about it, you sense a pull coming from a certain area of the city.
Well, thanks, thanks, John. I know what to do next. Would you like to go on an adventure with me?
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm so happy you got at least some of your magic back. I was really worried about you back there. It made me almost cry. I don't cry a lot.
Oh, I should be used to, like, crushing disappointment and sadness at this point, but I really don't want to be.
Oh, you shouldn't be used to crushing disappointment. That's so sad.
Yeah.
I think of things that happen like that as a new adventure. And I've been on a lot of adventures and had a lot of bad things happen, but I'm still here, and I still have Winston, and I think that you are still here, and your friends are still here, and you still have them, and if that's what you have, then what all could be that bad, right?
I guess so. I don't want anything else to happen to you, or anybody, to any of you. I just want to protect you.
Aw.
You know?
I've never had somebody who wanted to protect me before.
And she'll
I've always
take your,
had to protect myself.
and she'll hold your hand, and she'll be like, "Well, now you do, and you're my pal, and I love you."
Oh, wow. I feel so honored. I love you too.
And she's gonna go wherever the magic is taking her, I guess.
Alright, so it's the next day, you all leave the Temple of Umbra.
Mhm.
Alright, as you come out, a bat flies down and lands on the ground and turns into Strahd von Zarovich. It's been a long night. There's a tower near here with 100 gargoyles on it. Every hour, it issues forth an incredible howl of wind.
Mm.
There's a hag that lives there.
Oh.
Avoid this place. It's dangerous.
Good to know.
Hello, Seraphine.
Sorry, my dog's freaking out, and the cat. I tried to take it outside to follow me back inside.
I think the cat adopted you.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't know how my dog's gonna do with the cat.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah,
That's the problem. It's so cute.
Alright, so you're out there. Strahd says, soon I will have my meeting with your friend. What are we doing until then?
Well, I'm gonna go follow some magic and discover the secrets of the universe. That should be fun.
So-
Yeah, let's go get the rod.
Following your senses, you come to an area of the lower ward where you see razor vine. This city, there's a lot of this razor vine stuff that grows everywhere, and the Dabases, the floating goat people, are constantly trimming it. But you see this extra thick razor vine that runs up the side of a building and seems to go over the roof and then dangle and actually connect to across the roof and just keep going. And it also connects in the opposite direction. There's one thorn in particular that is large and sharp. And as you get close, you can hear like your heart beating in your ears. You see two individuals angrily standing near the thorn.
Right.
There's a Githzerai, and there is a angel.
Oh.
They both have their arms folded, and they're complaining quietly to each other.
Oh shit. My mouth stopped working.
Hello. My name is Lilia. I am looking for magic or something of that sort. I'm not exactly sure yet.
They look down at you, at your red hat and your red dress. They look at each other, and they shake their heads angrily.
Can I help you with something?
They said, there's no way. There's no way!
No way, what?
You?
Yeah.
No
Me?
way!
Get off the computer.
What about me?
Disgusted, they both turn and just walk away. They're walking.
Hey!
Excuse me.
I'm not done talking to you! Come back!
That was rude.
They stop and they just turn and the angel kind of smirks, and the Githzerai just looks really mad and jealous.
What's going on here?
The Githzerai says, obviously there's some kind of cosmic joke at work here. I refuse to accept this.
You want to elaborate? Because I have no idea what's going on. And I don't take
The angel says,
the
of course, clueless. This whole thing is so barmy.
That means that they think I don't know anything that's going on, and they would be correct.
An old lady pushing a cart, wearing glasses. She looks like she can barely see anything. In the cart, there's all sorts of weird charms. She stops, says, "Oh, are these boys picking on you, little lady?"
Oh know. They just apparently don't want to tell me what's going on, but I'm okay. Thank you.
They're just angry because they think you're the living embodiment of one of the three principles of the multiverse. She looks at you airily and looks at your stuffed duck. Well, this is a wonderful charm. May I buy it from you?
Oh, Winston's not for sale.
She kind of scowls a little bit. I have many charms I could trade for you.
No, thank you, ma'am.
She looks at you, Lily, and she says, she points at the angel, who looks shocked and angry. She says, he used to be Unity of Rings, but the title was taken from him and given to a dragonborn of a rather disgusting dragonborn named Beatum. That one, she points to the Gezerai, of demonic lineage. That one was Rule of Three, but the title went away from him and was given to a wizard named Theron. Theron, as the embodiment of Rule of Three, when he died, 3 multiverses merged into one. No one has ever known who Center of All was, the living embodiment of that principle. But I think they think it's you.
Me?
I'm just some crazy old lady selling my charms.
Thanks, old lady. You think it's me?
Oh god, I fucked up.
The old lady leans close to Winston, your stuffed duck, and starts whispering something in its ear.
Hey, excuse me. Can I help you?
She cackles and picks up her cart and says, this is a great day for the multiverse, but you have a terrible responsibility, little one. Because after all, if Center of All dies, does that mean that the entire multiverse would die with her?
I was having a moment. Okay. What? I'm so confused.
So in my Planescape campaign that I ran and wrote about in my blog, there was 2 heroes. There was Beatum and Theron. They became the living embodiment of 2 of the 3 roles of the multiverse, but they never found Center of All.
Oh my god. Oh, is this because I'm the only one that's in every single Dungeon Academy session?
Yes.
I love it.
All right, the jealous former multiverse people walk away. The old lady walks away. So there is a big, thick razor vine with huge, sharp thorns that seems to go, because, Sigil is in the inside of a hollow donut, basically. So this razor vine, as far as you can see, goes all the way up around the ring and comes all the way back around and is connected to itself.
I wanna... And this is where the magic is pointing me to?
Yes, the one thorn in particular.
This is a bush of thorns, or just a thorn?
It's a vine, one thick vine, and it's just got thorns sticking out of it, and razor-shaped blades.
I wanna reach out to it, and I wanna try. I know it's a level 3 spell, but I wanna try to cast plant growth on it.
Nothing happens. You feel as your hand gets closer to the vine, your blood starts pumping stronger.
I'm gonna walk closer to it.
Uh-huh. Your
And
blood,
I'm gonna
like your veins start to pulse, and the razor vine kind of pulses in the same time.
reach out and like touch it.
Okay. The thorn shoots into you and starts sucking your blood out and shooting it through the interior of the vine. As you watch, your blood shoots through the ring of Razorvine,
Oh.
and it goes all the way up, all the way around, and it's coming back at you. All right, make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Got 15.
A 15. Okay, so what happens is basically your blood goes through the Razorvine, and as it travels, it gains energy and power as it goes. And so you give up your blood, but then you receive your blood, and it's stronger and more charged with Eldritch energy than it was before. So the theory of the unity of rings is that everything is connected and everything comes back to you. So your blood comes out, goes through, and you guys see she's like all shriveled up and her eyes go black. But then her blood shoots back into her body, and she like seizes up and becomes more vibrant and like issues forth like sparkles and stuff like that. And the ground under her feet starts to glow for a moment. And then a Dabus floats up to you as your blood comes back in. You're fully charged. You feel like you might have your spells back. And above the Dabus's head, symbols form. And I sent you all, I believe, the image of this.
Yeah. Goody.
And it says something to you in the Rebus language.
Let's see.
Boom. There it is. It's a really good one.
Nose.
Sorry, I'm back.
We're trying to figure out the puzzle.
Oh, okay. Now that my mouse is finally. Oh shit. I fucked up something. Okay, backstory. It stepped all over the keyboard, so it disabled the mouse. Fixed the mouse, somehow made the computer screen 10 times wider. But I kinda got this.
Okay.
You got it.
The smelly woman? Or the nosy woman?
No, the nose
Uh,
woman of the.
Unicorn verse.
No, it's universe.
What's the corn doing there then?
It's
corn.
minus
Oh.
corn. So uni minus corn plus
Universe.
verse
Okay.
is
Windy? Wind kisser. Shut up.
with
Wind flipper? Wind mouther. Woosher. I swear I had.
is oh god I
Corn.
don't
Where? Wind.
when you say where, the Dabus like it gets excited and nods. The Dabus was getting like really frustrated floating there while you're trying to
Oh, air. Where kisser. Mouther. Wherever.
This one is really bad.
Wherever?
Strahd, you want Strahd to help you?
Yes. Hey,
Yes.
Strahd, with your
Strahd,
infinite-
what do you think of this? What do you make of this?
I thought you would never ask.
with your
The
infinite wisdom.
scent plus her of the universes is where ooh are.
Oh, I get it. Awesome.
Mere child's play. And Lilia, bam, you glow. Shaft of light. You now have a new Warlock Pact, and all of your spells and powers are back.
Oh my god.
But
Yay!
it seems like your powers are connected to Seraphine, the Blink Dog, and you. You have a permanent
Oh.
empathic connection with Seraphine and the Blink Dog.
Okay, so I can't
Which means you
die.
can all feel each other's feelings.
Oh, that's gonna be.
That's gonna be fun! Especially if I go visit Yami again.
Oh yeah.
The Dabus bows, smiles, and goes back to clipping Razorvine, and immediately clips this circle that you just used.
Oh god.
And starts trimming it away into nothing.
Oh my god.
Strahd says, "We must be at Fortune's Wheel, at peak, yes? That doesn't leave a lot of time, private time, for any of us, does it?
Nope.
How unfortunate! How unfortunate!
Lily just like starts like.
Are you okay? Do you need
Okay.
water?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so what's the plan now?
Go back to Shemeshka, right?
All right, so you're gonna go meet Shemeshka at Fortune's Wheel in the ladies' ward.
Yeah, I guess
All right,
so.
the ladies' ward is the rich person's section of Sigil. So it takes it actually takes like an hour or two to get there walking.
Wow.
So you travel there, and you see that Fortune's Wheel is a large business. And there's someone waiting for you outside. Let's see here. She's a woman, like an elf woman, who, there she is. She looks tan and young, and she greets you. She says, "Oh, welcome. Lady Shemeshka told me to wait for you. My name is Verdun. I'm one of the protectors of this place."
Hi.
Strahd approaches her, takes her hand and kisses it, and says, "Charmed. I am Count Strahd von Zarovich. And these are my associates, Lilia Starbait. Airily. I'm not sure if I ever heard her last name.
It's Maryland.
Airily Maryland. And this is Seraphine Whitethorn. If any harm should befall her, you will suffer my wrath." And Verdun says, "Of course." She says, "Right this way." And Strahd whispers to you, Lilia, "Remember, I shall distract this person. You find the piece of the rod. And then,
Right.
Barovia will return to the material plane where it once came."
Well, 3 of those things are correct. One of those things is correct, yes.
He holds out an arm for one of you to take it.
Seraphine.
I'll take it.
His chest pops out a little more proudly. He whispers to you, "Together, we are invincible. Come." So, Fortune's Wheel. Inside, there's an area called the Dragon Bar. You see that there's a huge carved dragon head in the wall looking down on the people in the bar. Then there's an area called the Dicing Cup, and this is where people gamble. They're playing a card game called Three Dragon Ante. There is a big wheel called Fortune's Wheel that people spin, and apparently if you get the right color, you win a prize. And Lily, as you walk in here, you realize your ability to see other people's auras is fading rapidly. There is...
That's cool.
Verdun tells you that there's an inn upstairs known as the Azure Iris. And that's an inn, and obviously, she says, if you want a room, they are complimentary. And then you see, standing in a crowd, you see Shemeshka, the Arcanoloth fox lady holding a long-stemmed cigarette. She's wearing a dress. She's got this necklace with this huge, like, gem in the shape of a heart. And she's got these earrings with long, like, kind of pointed crystals that are blue and they're glowing. And she's got one of her groomer guards holding a full body mirror, like in the shape of an oval, so that Shemeshka can look at it whenever she wants. And there's a couple other groomer guards holding both combs and swords. And there's also a giant green fiend of some kind of as her bodyguard. Yeah.
I'm gonna take Airly to the side before like we actually meet up with her, and I'll be like, okay, they'll distract her and we'll go looking for the rod.
Got it.
So
Is that what's happening?
yes.
Okay, I got it.
And I'm going to grab her, and we're gonna go running to where the like. I'm gonna try to figure out where the rod is pointing.
Okay, so you kind of quietly, you have the other pieces of the rod with you, right?
Yeah.
So you can touch them, and you can sense the general location within like 300 feet of where the next piece of the rod is. So when you reach into your stuff, you sense generally it's upstairs in the Azure Iris, the inn that's on the upper floor of this place. It's actually in this building, very close by.
It's upstairs. We gotta go upstairs. We sneak off while these clowns have their three-way date or whatever.
I hate role-playing two NPCs talking to each other. So I'll just...
It's okay.
Well, Seraphine is there.
It's just like... Basically, they start talking, blah, I'm Strahd, blah, 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 and she's oh, well, I haven't seen you around here before.
It's okay.
Oh, God.
Well, you wouldn't. After all, I was the ruler of a dark domain, trapped in another dimension for centuries. But thanks in part to Seraphine, I finally escaped. And Seraphine, you see, as Shemeshka is talking, she's kind of moving in such a way as to draw you in a certain direction. Do you try to resist this, or do you...
I'll follow just to see like what's going on, but I'm very cautious.
Watching Shemeshka's eyes, she seems to be trying to get Strahd closer to what looks like a Vistani woman, the gypsy people who lived in Barovia. One of them is here, and she's holding a drink standing by a gaming table, and she's like shaking, staring at Strahd in absolute terror.
I would too. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Oh God, like
yikes.
I'm free. I'll just kind of pretend like, oh no, I dropped something, and just like keep us there for an extra moment, so that way we don't like keep going closer.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna try to stop them from...
Yeah, I'll try to halt us for a moment.
Shemeshka notices you doing that, and she gets like a slight scowl on her face, and actually turns and calls the woman over.
Ooh.
She says,
Ooh.
"Patience, come here. Someone you might know." The Vistani like nervously like walks over, and Shemeshka says, "Strahd, she's a Vistani. They're from Barovia. Do you recognize this person?" And Strahd says, "There were many Vistani in the realm of Barovia, and they served me well. And I understand that they alone could pass to and from Barovia as they pleased, and it does not surprise me to see one here in the center of the multiverse." And Shemeshka looks a little like bothered at his response, and she says, "Well, this Vistani works for one of my rivals, Estevan, and she has procured a large collection of soul coins, and she's being incredibly difficult about it. And I was wondering, Strahd, I mean, if you were in my position, what would you do with someone like this?" Strahd like looks at the Vistani and looks at her nervously and like looks at you, Seraphine.
Well, as someone with experience with power, you would simply just ask them not to, as you are clearly in power, and if they resist, then you have to take up on it in your own way. I mean, if you want to be more powerful, you have to take your own advice.
Shemeshka like looks at you like, you know. Strahd says, she speaks so eloquently. Her soul and mine have been dancing for eons. And at last, we are together here in your opulent establishment. And Shemeshka says, yes. But it's just the soul coins. They shouldn't be going to Esteban. They belong to me. And the Vistani like is so nervous. She just says, Lord Strahd, I can tell you where the coins are. I didn't know that you were friends with Shemeshka. This changes everything. And
Well, it's okay. How about you just work for Shemeshka instead? There doesn't have to be any problems. You can just trade partners.
Strahd says, he looks at you, Seraphine, and then at Shemeshka and says, would you excuse me for a moment? I believe I need to discover the powder room.
Oh, I really admire you, and I want to talk to you a little bit. Like, in private, girls talk.
Did you say that to Shemeshka?
Yes.
Okay. So Strahd turns into a bat and like flies.
Oh, God.
And as soon as he's away, the Vistani looks at you, Seraphine, and says, please don't let him kill me.
No, he's not gonna.
You don't understand. I fled. I fled Barovia. I betrayed him. If he remembers me, I'm doomed.
It's okay, he fled too, so clearly it wasn't that cool.
She says, you win, Shemeshka. I'll tell you where the soul coins are. And she like leans forward and starts whispering to Shemeshka, who gets a big grin on her face. And then she looks at you, Seraphine, and she says, you just made me even richer. I'm afraid that the rod isn't here. Maybe we can work out some alternate arrangement.
Well, where is it then? No.
Oh, it
Hold
is
on.
somewhere safe. What kind of fool would bring it right to this place? So meanwhile,
No.
Lilia and Airly, you're going up to the Azure Iris. So there's a bunch of bedroom doors. It's just a little inn, and each one probably is locked.
I look at Arlie and I'm like, how good are you at picking locks?
Not very good, but good at busting them down.
I can fix doors, so we can do that. Let's just knock first.
So there's 4 of them. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So which one do you want to start with? Number 1 is closest to you.
I'll knock on the door first,
There's no answer.
and I'll be like, excuse me, house clean?
There's no answer.
Okay, bust it down!
Okay. Do I roll a strength check?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. I'm scared. Alright. 13?
So you bash into it, but it doesn't open.
I'm gonna give her,
From the 4th door, you hear talking and movement as the loud bang reverberates through the floor.
Why don't I just check the rod? Which door is it leading us towards?
The rod it only gets within 300 feet, so it
okay.
won't tell you the specific area. You know
Got
it's
it,
you know
okay.
it's up here somewhere.
Okay. Well, do you want to try that one where there are people talking?
Alright.
Let's not bust in first. Let's knock on the door.
The door swings open, and it's that woman, Verdun. And with her is one of those giant green fiends. And she smirks and folds her arms. Says, what are you doing up here?
Looking for the bathroom?
She says, well, you need to go back downstairs.
I'm looking for you. Aren't you tired of working for Shemeshka?
Don't you just want to go ape shit?
Beautiful.
Don't you want to go see the multiverse?
She says, no, I like working for Shemeshka, and I've seen the multiverse. There's nothing you could offer me that's better than the position I'm in right now. And I don't think she's going to like it that you've been snooping around. I assume you're looking for that piece of the Rod of 7 Parts, yes?
No, I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you.
Alright, in your peripheral vision, coming up the stairs and down the hallway, there's a horror movie-like mist roiling.
Oh my god.
You almost see a pair of red eyes glowing inside,
Strahd, no.
rapidly heading towards you.
I'm gonna message him. Like, I'm gonna use a message cantrip, and I'm going to tell him, no, we've got this. Go downstairs.
The fog moves even faster and like slides past your feet and starts to wrap around this lady.
God. I'm gonna cast. I don't know if that's gonna work. I'm gonna try to cast sleep on them. No. I'm gonna do Fey Presence.
Fey presence?
Yeah, which each creature in a 10-foot cube must make a wisdom saving throw or becomes charmed or frightened by you.
Each person. Alright, wait. X,
What?
Y. Alright. So she's got to make a save, or else she'll be charmed, right?
Also the other guy. And I guess Strahd too. And Orly.
Alright, so she actually failed, right? Now I want to look. This creature might be immune to charm. I want to see. Resistances, immunities. It has magic resistance, so it will have advantage on the save. And what kind of save is it?
Wisdom.
It actually has +0. Alright, a 10 and
No.
and a 17.
Also affects me.
I mean, yes, but like, I think you're fine.
Is
Oh, I
it?
gotta.
My DC is 17, so.
Oh, I mean, does it say all creatures that can see it? Like, what's the wording?
So
I'm kind of assuming it's not gonna affect your allies.
It just says each creature.
Oh.
So I guess Airly too.
You can say
I
if you
got a
want that you
3.
warned her before
Yeah. I mean, like,
to avert her eyes.
I think she'll be fine. It's not. It's just.
Alright.
And I'm going to. I'm gonna try and charm her.
Alright, so Verdun is charmed.
Okay.
The fiend is not. Strahd was in mist form, so I think he's fine.
Okay.
And so he becomes solid behind her. He wraps his arms around her.
No! Stop it!
Bares
That's my
his
friend!
fangs, and he smells and he says, "You look so young, but your blood is so very, very old." And his fangs elongate.
Stop it! It's just.
Strahd, what would Seraphine say?
You say that to him? He
Yeah,
says-
I do.
He like is kind of entranced as he pushes her head to the side and like looks at her neck. Fresh blood, warm.
I'm going
It
to,
sustains me.
I'm gonna mage and slap his face away.
You mage slap him. All right.
Yeah.
The fiend is not. The fiend looks alarmed as it sees like freaking Strahd, and Verdun is charmed.
Yep.
And Strahd begins. All right, so Strahd like pushes her away
Mm-hmm.
dramatically, and he
Okay.
glares at the giant fiend, who seems somewhat cowed by him. And Strahd begins tearing the room apart, looking for the rod.
Oh god.
I'm gonna turn to my new friend and I'm gonna be like, hi, I would like to see where the rod is, just to make sure that Shemesh isn't playing us.
She points out that if you pull the carpet aside, there's a secret hatch in the floor, and it's in there. So Strahd throws the carpet aside, swings open the hatch, and pulls out an infernal puzzle box. A cube 6 inches on a side, and it's got like a maze etched into it. And he flips it around, and he says, "How does it open?"
Well, let me see.
Okay, he hand it to you.
And I'm gonna use this. Do I have to spell magic? Let me see. I feel like I do. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna do that. The spell magic.
Okay. Dispel magic does not work.
Oh.
And from what you can tell, this is some kind of a unique item that might require study. But the rod apparently is inside of this box.
Okay, then I'm gonna say I'm gonna look at it when we get out of here. So we should go before this charm wears off.
Alright. Strahd is about to leave, but then he looks back at Verdun.
Do not hurt her. She did nothing wrong. Stop it.
He says, "It's one less enemy. Don't you understand? She could be my thrall."
No, I don't understand enslavement, Strahd. Not
Yes.
about that.
He says, "You fool!" And he turns into mist and starts going back down the stairs.
Okay.
The giant green fiend says, "Please don't tell Shemeshka."
Oh, don't worry, buddy.
And Lilia will reach into her backpack and give him a cookie.
Oh, thank you.
As long as you don't tell Shemeshka too.
He just kind of eats the cookie. He sighs sadly. He looks at the ground. I'm in so much trouble. So what do Lilia and Airly do? You have the box, and what are you gonna do next?
I'm gonna send another message to Seraphine, and be like, "We got it. Gotta go."
Okay, cool.
So Seraphine, Strahd's mist returns from the powder room and forms next to you. Were you doing anything special while they were snooping around?
Just talking my little butt off, just going way too hard.
So Strahd appears again next to you, Seraphine, and he's holding a wine glass in his hand full of fine wine. I got this for you, darling.
Thank you.
Yes.
Take
He
it.
looks at Shemeshka and says, "Your establishment is wonderful, and I thank you for your company. What did you want me to do with this traitor?" He looks at the Vistani, who's trembling. And Shemeshka says, "You can do whatever you want with her now." And
Nothing.
Strahd says, "Well, perhaps then. I'm starting to remember."
That's all the time we have today, and I'll kind of just grab him and pull along.
I think that
Come
one,
along, we have to go. We have to go relax.
that one may have fled my reign. How dare she?
You fled
You
everything.
fled your own brain. Don't even add
Yeah,
it,
you
Strahd.
left yourself.
It's a good point.
And I'll just kind of grab his arm and be like, "Let's go
Okay.
take a walk around."
So you all kind of power walk out of Fortune's Wheel.
Yes.
All right. And do you know where you want to go at that point? Strahd says, "It's not going to be long until she realizes what happened."
Yeah, we better go.
Should we go back to our ship? Can we do that? Is that a thing
Yeah,
that's possible?
you could go back to the portal and go back to your ship if you wanted to.
Let's go.
What about Winthrop?
Right.
Kind of.
Right.
Well, Winthrop's in the mazes.
He's having a party in the maze. When Rena comes back, she can pick him up from school. Okay.
Okay.
All right. and we'll stop it there. All right. Do plugs. Lily, you got any plugs?
Hey everybody! On Fridays we play Retroverse. No Retroverse next week, but I would suggest going back and watching everything because it's so good, so fun, and my characters have been distraught for forever and sadness. So if you want to go check that out, it's Scotty Hood's channel. You can go look at those things. And you can follow me on Twitter. I'll probably be drawing some Magic Lilia as her own patron. Yeah.
Woo!
All right. Got any plugs or anything like that, Chloe?
Just follow me on Twitter at Chloe_Fairy1, where I will hopefully be updating you on this cat, because it is now asleep on the pillow next to me, and all the shelters are closed until 8 a.m. tomorrow, and my dog is freaking out, so we'll see what happens.
Wow.
I want to know more.
Like, I'm honestly terrified because I don't want to leave it outside, because I know we have stray cats, so I'm hoping it's one of their babies, but like, if I leave it there and it dies, I'm gonna feel really bad.
Yeah.
So I gotta come up with an idea in the next 12 hours.
All right. And Callie, you got any plugs?
On Sunday mornings on Scotty Hood's channel, I'm in Reign of Misrule. Kevin trolled the crap out of us this morning, and it wasn't fun. It was really
Sounds
crap.
like Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah. Had a lot to do with a goblin named Jiff. So yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Not next week though, because Scotty's gonna be out of town, I guess. So no Reign of Mistral, no Retroverse.
All right. And
How
we'll be
really?
back next week. It looks like Saturday. I might be running a special Descent into Avernus thing at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday. Wizards sent me preview copies of the new adventure, and they also sent me the dice box, which I think Chloe will really like. It's like all foil.
God, it looks so good. I was looking at it on Twitter, and I was obsessed.
I love it.
So in my blog, there's a link to the blog on Twitch here. I've been writing the guide to Descent into Avernus. It's not out till the 17th though, and I realized I was just posting blatant spoilers. So I'm gonna write the blog, but I'm not gonna publish the rest of it until the 17th when the book's actually out and everybody can buy it. But the guide will probably be done by then. I'm pretty far into the book as it is. So yeah, you can check that out on my blog.
I'm so excited for next week and all the games.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And if you, we'll talk about it later.
Okay. So thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Goodbye.